On Valentine's Day, my husband divorced me, just to marry his first love. He said, Elena, Lily has cancer and doesn't have much time left. Her biggest wish is to marry me, and I won't let her leave with regrets. Once she's gone, I'll make it up to you. But he didn't know, I was already terminally ill. On the day he divorced me, my condition suddenly worsened, and I died on the operating table. Before I died, I called him, but in the background, I heard the wedding march playing. Then, I heard my husband's impatient voice, Elena, can you stop being so jealous? Lily is sick, and so are you. Why do you always have to copy her? I'm not coming back. No matter what. If you want to die, just go ahead. But Lily kept saying she didn't have long to live. Yet several years had passed, and she still looked healthy. Meanwhile, I was the one truly at death's door. I sent him one last message, wishing you a long life together and many children. Chapter 1. After more than 3 hours of resuscitation, I still left this world. I felt my soul being torn from my body, hovering in the air, looking down at my own corpse and the sorrowful medical staff. It was only then that I truly felt the reality of death. 5 hours ago, I was still alive. I was full of anticipation, wondering how Lucas and I would spend Valentine's Day. I had prepared the gift he wanted most and even put on a dress I had always been reluctant to wear. With my makeup perfectly done, I was ready for this romantic occasion. But Lucas told me, Lily's cancer is in the final stage. I can't just leave her. Her biggest wish is to marry me, and I can't let her die with regrets. I stared at him in shock. But you're already married. That's why we need to divorce. Once Lily passes, we'll remarry. Elena, be kind. You can't refuse a dying person's last wish. Can you? Afraid I might object. Lucas added, don't worry. I'll treat you well in the future and make it up to you. No, this is outrageous. I won't agree. He only cared about Lily's condition, never mine. Whenever Lily had any issues, he would drop everything to be by her side. He never noticed that my body was also deteriorating. Whenever I caught a cold or coughed, Lucas would mock me. You look ridiculous. Can you stop pretending? You're really disgusting. Even faking being sick. Even though he treated me cruelly, I still hoped he would change his mind. After all, he was the one who almost lost his life to save mine. In that car accident, he protected me with his body, whispering in my ear, as long as you're alive, nothing else matters. Those soft words gave me an immense sense of comfort. But then Lily came back. She was his first love. When Lucas found out she had cancer, he became a completely different person, staying by her side without ever leaving. There was no room for me in his life anymore, but I kept waiting for her. I hoped to spend the last days of my life with him. Instead, all I got was his request for a divorce. Lucas, with a hint of blame in his voice, said, Elena, stop making a fuss. She's dying, and you're still nitpicking? This divorce will happen, whether you agree or not. My heart went completely cold. The man I loved for so many years, when I was about to die, chose to divorce me just to marry another woman. The man who once promised to take care of me for life, to love me forever, was the first to let go. He ran into another woman's arms. Fine. I agreed to the divorce. Chapter 2. As I walked out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, I saw Lily waiting at the entrance. The moment she saw Lucas, she gleefully threw herself into his arms, then gave me a provocative look. Elena, you won't blame me for taking your husband, will you? But I'm dying, so I won't have Lucas for long. Once I'm gone, you two can still be a loving couple. And I'll be. As she spoke, Lily suddenly burst into tears. Lucas hurriedly wiped away her tears, casting a guilty glance in my direction. She won't. Elena is a kind woman. She won't blame you. Lily's round, rosy face was full of happiness. Then let's go. Let's get married. She looked at me intentionally and added, Sister Elena, you'll attend our wedding, right? We've been preparing for a long time, just for today. So, their wedding had already been planned in advance. Even before our marriage ended, he was busy preparing for his wedding with another woman. When it was time to divorce, he didn't even give me a heads up. leaving me no room to negotiate. At that moment, I felt an overwhelming sense of irony. This was the man I had loved for 10 years. Even his divorce announcement was so self-righteous. My heart felt stifled, a mix of anger and pain, and the world around me began to blur. Before I collapsed, the last thing I saw was Lily walking away with Lucas, her arm hooked through his. Panicked bystanders rushed me to the hospital. The doctors worked for more than an hour to pull me back from death's door. Your condition is very serious. You need surgery as soon as possible. We need to notify your family to sign the consent forms. Could you provide their contact information? Weakly, I replied, I don't have any family. I'll sign it myself. After signing the papers, the doctors began preparing for my surgery. I picked up my phone and called Lucas. The call rang for a long time before he finally answered. And the background music was deafening. It was the wedding march. Just the thought of them getting married now made my heart ache painfully. Lucas, I'm dying. Could you come see me one last time, please? I had no family left. Lucas was the only one I had in this world. But today, that was no longer true. Who would have thought that Valentine's Day would be the day of our divorce? And possibly the day I'd die? Lucas sneered coldly, his voice impatient. Today is Lily's and my wedding. You're just saying that to trick me into coming back, aren't you? Elena, can you stop being so jealous? Lily is sick. You're sick too. Why do you always have to copy her? Chapter 3. Lily would never cause a scene like you. Can't you just be more obedient? Be kinder? I pleaded. But Lucas, I'm seriously ill. I might really be dying. You'll say anything just to make me come back. Won't you? Anyway, I'm not coming back. If you want to die, then just die. As soon as he finished speaking, I heard Lily's voice in the background. Lucas, the wedding is about to start. What are you doing? It seemed she had noticed it was my call, and Lily suddenly sounded pitiful. Is it Elena calling? She didn't come to our wedding. Is she angry? Lucas, I know I've wronged Elena, but this is my only dying wish. The moment Lily sounded upset, Lucas's voice turned harsh again. Elena, you better come to our wedding, or just die. With that, he hung up the phone. I let out a bitter laugh, wondering what I had even been hoping for. Suddenly, I recalled that Lily had been in good health all these years, even putting on a bit of weight. It had been several years since she claimed to be in the final stages of terminal illness. She didn't look terminal at all, but I, on the other hand, had grown thinner by the day. My once round face had turned gaunt. Lucas hadn't noticed at all. The only time he remarked on my appearance was when he saw how much weight I had lost. And even then, he half-heartedly commented, "You shouldn't overdo the dieting. It's bad for your health. I don't mind if you gain weight." He never noticed the empty pill bottles, my thinning hair, or how my face had become more and more haggard. All his care and attention were for Lily, and his eyes were only for her. A tear of despair fell from my eye as I sent him my final message, wishing you a long and happy life together, with many children. I closed my eyes as the machine started beeping. I heard the hurried footsteps of the medical staff and the sounds of their resuscitation efforts. But this time, it seemed I would never wake up again. Chapter 4. It seemed like a long, long time had passed. Lucas, exhausted from the wedding, finally sent me a reply. Elena, Lily is still young. She's never been married before. I only did this to help her fulfill her wish. You can't let her leave with regrets. I know what we did was wrong, but you should be more understanding. Do you realize how much trouble you caused Lily by not coming today? Many guests were whispering behind her back, calling her a homewrecker who ruined our marriage. She cried until her eyes were red. Lily has had a tough time. You should also try to be considerate of her. How about this? Post something on your social media to clarify the situation for Lily, and I won't hold it against you for not attending the wedding. It had been a long time since Lucas sent me such a long message. But this time, it was all to ask me to clear Lily's name. But this time, I couldn't clear anything for him anymore. He waited a long time, but no response came. Lucas started to get frustrated. He called several times, but that phone was a call I could no longer answer. Lily sat beside him in her silk pajamas, looking pitifully at him. Is Elena still angry at me? So many people were secretly cursing me today. And I'm really heartbroken. I understand if Elena won't help me. In her eyes, I'm just the bad woman who stole you. It's fine. For your sake, I can endure the insults from others. Lucas pulled Lily into his arms, comforting her. Elena isn't the kind of person who doesn't know what's right. I'll go talk to her. Don't cry. It's bad for your health. In his arms, Lily no longer looked pitiful at all, but Elena looked at me like she wanted to eat me alive. She must hate me. Otherwise, why wouldn't she come to our wedding? Lucas spoke seriously. Don't worry. I'll make sure she clears your name. I won't let you suffer. He once said those words to me too. He said, Elena, I'll never let you suffer. I'll hold you in my heart for the rest of my life. But the suffering and the storms I endured all came from Lucas. Even my illness, which had a high chance of being cured. It was Lucas who took the money meant to save my life to fulfill Lily's wish. It was him who let my illness fester, making it worse and worse. Chapter 5. Suddenly, Lucas took a deep breath. A strange sense of unease creeping over him. He felt a wave of panic. He stood up. I'm going back for a bit. Don't worry. I'll be back soon, Lily anxiously said. But today is our wedding day. Lily, I won't let you suffer. I'm going to find Elena right now and make sure she clears your name. With that, Lucas left, barely giving Lily time to protest. Lucas returned to what used to be our home. He opened the door and called out my name a few times, but there was no response. Before, whenever he came home, the moment he called my name, I would show up immediately. But now, no one would answer him anymore. He searched around, still calling my name, but found no sign of me. Normally quick-tempered, he became irritated in an instant. Elena, if you don't show yourself now, don't ever show up again for the rest of your life. As you wish. I will never appear before you again in this life. Just as Lucas was about to leave, his phone rang. It was my phone calling. His voice couldn't hide his excitement. Elena, where are you? Hurry up and clear things up for Lily. Hello. This is the hospital. Are you Elena's husband? Elena passed away after unsuccessful resuscitation. Please come to claim her body. Chapter 6. Lucas was silent for a few seconds, then let out a few laughs. His eyes filled with uncontrollable anger. Elena told you to trick me, didn't she? Hasn't she had enough of this? This is exactly what's so annoying about her, pretending to be sick when she's perfectly fine. If she wants to die so badly, then let her. But she'd better clear Lily's name first. Otherwise, there's no chance of getting back together. Sir, I don't understand what you're talking about. But this is real. We haven't been able to reach any other of Elena's family members. If you're her husband, please come as soon as possible to claim the body. Hearing this, Lucas became even more furious. Enough! This is all Elena's doing. She made up this lie just to avoid clearing Lily's name. And she's not even afraid it'll come true. I'm so disappointed in her. If she's so eager to die, then let her just go ahead and die. Lucas angrily hung up the phone, completely ignoring the hospital's call. He angrily glanced around the living room. Elena, I've never been more disappointed in you. I told you I only love you. Why can't you believe me? Once Lily is gone, we can finally live peacefully. Why can't you just trust me? You've let me down so much. Listening to his accusations, it seemed like everything was my fault. I was the unreasonable one, the one causing all the problems. And that's why he had become so disappointed in me. But it's over now. I'm gone, and I don't care anymore. After all, he's no longer my husband. Several days passed, and my body remained unclaimed. The hospital tried to contact people from my phone, but with my parents already deceased and no close relatives, my contacts were only acquaintances. No one was willing to come and claim my body. Meanwhile, Lucas was still on his honeymoon with Lily. He said he wanted to give her an unforgettable honeymoon, so she wouldn't leave with regrets. That excuse, Lucas has been using it for nearly 5 years. Every year, every month, every day, has been about fulfilling Lily's wishes. He never seemed to consider how much time had really passed since Lily said she didn't have long to live. Lucas treated every single day as if it were Lily's last. If he weren't my husband, I would probably envy and bless this loving couple. Chapter 7. When the hospital contacted the last person in my phone book, I stayed silent. It was an old friend of mine, but Lucas had never liked her. He would often say, "That friend of yours is obviously no good. She's a total player. The type that messes around with people's feelings. I can't stand people who aren't loyal in relationships. You'd better keep your distance from her. I don't want her corrupting you." Monica isn't like that. She's a good person, yes. Her dating history is a bit extensive, but she's never cheated. Never played anyone. She's always taken every relationship seriously. I defended Monica, but it only annoyed Lucas. Elena, I'm saying this for your own good. Don't let her ruin you. What kind of decent woman dates so many men, even if she hasn't cheated? She's still not clean. I think the most beautiful love is the kind that lasts from start to finish, not one relationship after another. Love is small. It can only hold two people. How righteous he sounded back then, and how disgusting his true face is now. To avoid putting me in a difficult position, Monica gradually distanced herself from me. We hadn't spoken in years. She didn't even attend my wedding, but she sent a large gift and told me to be happy. In the blink of an eye, so many years have passed. Monica probably won't come to help me with my body, right? But when the call went through, Monica was silent for a few seconds, then immediately agreed. Someone was finally coming to claim my body. When Monica left the hospital, she looked gloomy. Her eyes were red, but she stubbornly didn't say a word. Seeing her like this broke my heart. If only I hadn't married Lucas, maybe Monica and I would still be friends. Even if I had been diagnosed with this illness, I would have been in a healthy state to fight it. There was a good chance I could have recovered. The money I'd saved for my treatment wouldn't have been taken by Lucas to fulfill Lily's dreams. Thinking about it now, it's truly ironic. Monica took my body to be cremated, and once cremated, it was just a small urn. Look at how thin you were. Even your ashes are lighter than others. As Monica spoke, her voice suddenly choked up. Elena, just how much did you suffer? Chapter 8. Over all these years, Monica was the first person to care about how much I had suffered. Lucas would always say I didn't need to suffer but insisted on seeking it out. But I had endured all those countless days and nights on my own. Through the flare-ups of my illness, the times he abandoned me, and the moment he betrayed me, in Lucas's eyes, I was always living a life of comfort. I bore the heartbreak and the pain of illness day after day, night after night, but none of it made me cry. Yet, this time, I felt a lump in my throat. Could I still cry in this state? Monica found some old photos of me and printed them as black and white memorial portraits. She also found my diary. As she read the little details of my life, she cried uncontrollably. Elena, I won't let you die so miserably. Those who hurt you, I'll make them pay. I actually wanted to tell her, there's no need. I don't want her to do anything for me. I only hope she lives well, live well, for both of us. Chapter 9. On the first day Lucas and Lily returned from their honeymoon, Monica went to the airport, holding my memorial portrait. To confront them, her phone was live streaming the whole thing, practically shoving it in their faces. Everyone, come and take a look at this pair of homewreckers. Cheating while married, stealing life-saving money from the original wife to go on a trip. They got married on the day their wife died. You two treated Elena so terribly. Karma will get you. There were many people at the airport, and they all stopped to watch the scene unfold. Lucas's expression darkened. Monica, why are you here? Did Elena put you up to this? Where is she? Monica let out a cold laugh. Elena? You'll see her when you're dead. Lily, leaning weakly against Lucas, said softly, Lucas, she's being so harsh. Do you think Elena sent her? Lucas frowned, his gaze toward Monica filled with irritation. Enough, Monica, I've tolerated you long enough. No wonder Elena became like this. It's all you're doing. Bring Elena out here and let her explain this to everyone. Monica gritted her teeth. Explain? Explain how you cheated? How did you and this woman drive her to her death? Lucas, you have no conscience. Wasn't Elena good enough to you? If you didn't love her, you should have just divorced her. Why did you have to kill her? Stop talking nonsense. Bring Elena out. Lucas continued to shout, unaware that I could never come out again. Can you deny that you took Elena's 500,000 yuan to fund Lily's trip? That was our money as a married couple. I had the right to use it. Besides, I told Elena about it. You didn't ask her, you told her. By the time Elena found out, her money was gone. That money was meant for her surgery. If she had made it to that surgery, her condition wouldn't have worsened. Do you understand? Her illness wasn't severe at first, you slowly killed her, making her lose hope in life. Monica became more and more agitated, nearly ready to strike him. Lucas frowned even more. How long are you going to keep this act up? It's just 500,000 yuan. I'll give it back to her, okay? Great. So you admit it. You stole Elena's life-saving money. Lucas, losing his patience, shouted, "Shut up! If you want the money, let Elena come out and ask for it herself. Stop this ridiculous show. You're making a fool of yourself. The only fool here is you." Elena was still alive, and you were already planning a wedding with this mistress. You forced her to divorce on Valentine's Day, claiming you and Lily were just friends. Just friends? Friends who get married. You both betrayed Elena. You're the ones who killed her. Lily started crying too. It's all my fault. I was too greedy. I just wanted to fulfill my last wish before I died, so I wouldn't leave with regrets. Lucas and I truly love each other. We never wanted to destroy anyone's marriage. The truth is, Lucas never really let go of me. He only married Elena out of responsibility. I'm almost dying, so I just wanted to bravely pursue love one last time. The real mistress is the one who's unloved. And that's not me. She cried hysterically, and Lucas's heart broke for her. The argument between Lucas and Monica intensified. Eventually, security had to intervene, and they were all taken to the police station. Chapter 10. When they arrived at the police station, Lucas was still trying to shift the blame, claiming it was my idea to have Monica cause trouble. He even demanded that the police arrest Monica and charge her with disturbing public order. After learning the full story, one of the officers looked at Lucas seriously. Are you sure Elena gave the order? Lucas nodded. It must have been Elena. She's had some misunderstandings about us and has been upset. But this is going too far. She's not only disturbing others but also ruining our reputation. The police officer looked at him in disbelief, even rolling his eyes slightly. One of the female officers almost rolled her eyes all the way back. Sir, your ex-wife, Elena, passed away a month ago. Her body has already been cremated and buried. It took Lucas a while to process this. No, you're all lying. There's no way Elena is dead. Her registration has been cancelled. She's truly gone. At this point, Monica spoke up. I was the one who claimed her body. The hospital contacted people from her phone, but no one was willing to take care of her remains. Eventually, they reached me, and I arranged her funeral. That's when I learned just how much she had suffered. She could have survived, but this man took away her will to live. At this, Monica's already swollen eyes filled with tears again. Only then did Lucas realize I was truly gone. That last phone call wasn't a prank. It was my final call before I died. He collapsed onto the ground, lost in despair, then suddenly seemed to remember something and ran out frantically. He rushed back to what used to be our home and found a pile of medications. They were the ones I had to take every day. When Lucas saw them, he broke down in tears. He had seen me take them before but had said, "Stop taking those diet pills." Yes, he never cared. Lucas then went to see my former doctor. The doctor sighed. A surgery could have given her a good chance of recovery, but she later gave up. I heard it was because of money issues. After that, her condition worsened, likely due to living in a long-term oppressive environment. Lucas slapped himself hard, over and over again, until his face was swollen. He wandered back home in a daze, collapsed onto the bed we once shared, and cried uncontrollably. Monica came to collect my belongings and completely ignored Lucas. Lucas couldn't hold back any longer and asked her, "Where is Elena buried? I want to see her. You two are no longer married. Besides, I won't let you defile her grave. She was unlucky enough to meet you while she was alive. In death, I want her to have peace." That was the last thing Monica ever said to Lucas. Then, she left with my belongings. The next day, Lucas and Lily were hit with a wave of online backlash. The incident at the airport had already caused a scene, and since Monica had live-streamed it, the details of their affair quickly spread. It was even exposed that Lily had never been sick at all, and was as strong as an ox. She had only lied to get Lucas back. When Lucas found out the truth, he snapped. He grabbed a knife and went after Lily, stabbing her more than 20 times. Lily fell into a pool of blood, and Lucas was taken away by the police. Murder demands justice.